So in preparing for tonight, I decided to tell a very personal story that I haven't shared. In fact, I only shared this with my mom last night. So when this goes on YouTube, it'll be a big shocker for my family and friends and anybody here. So cool. I'm also going to try not to cry, but no, anyway, I'm named after my great-grandmother, Sarah Elizabeth Jane Petrie. And to me, she will always be Nanny. That's what my mom called her, and therefore she was my nanny too, right? And I loved her. From a very young age, I loved going to her house and with my mom. And she taught my mom how to do sewing. And my mom would mow her lawn for my great-grandmother. And I would take out her lawn ornaments and put them away every year. It was so much fun for me. Going to her house felt like so fun and so, just so cool. And eventually it became like opening up that door to her trailer felt like opening a hug. Like it felt so warm and inviting. And when I was 6, my mom showed me The Sound of Music for the first time, and I almost broke the DVD of it because I kept rewatching it. Only the first act, like not the second act, of course. And what happened is I went to my great-grandmother's house, and she wanted to know what I knew, and I was like, The Sound of Music. And so I gave her one act, one woman play at 6. It was great. But from a very young age, she saw me as a performer and as a just curious and kind kid. And I loved that. I felt this love that she had. And when I was 9 that summer, she had a heart attack. And she went to the hospital, and they did surgery, and then it was a stroke, and a week later she passed. Now, when she died, it was the same week I was supposed to go to summer camp. And my mom swore that I was going to that summer camp, and it was going to be okay. And I missed her funeral. And I never really felt that closure. And as the years would go on, I would say, man, I just wish I could tell Nanny this. Right after, subs tasted absolutely disgusting. They still kind of do to me, because one thing my nanny would do is make subs at the Moose. She would sell them, and my mom would give her a little tip, and my grandmother would say, you need to do your math again, because she was too humble to take it. And so subs started to taste weird. And life events then started to come up. I started to go into middle school and then high school, and I started performing. I started getting into theater. And I started to get into history as well. And as things started to come up and successes started to come, I was like, I just want to talk to Nanny. I just wanted her here. When I got confirmed, I very much felt like this part of me was missing because she wasn't here. And when I was a senior in high school, I started attending my synagogue. And right before the Mourner's Kaddish, which is a prayer for the spirit of the dead, there's a bunch of passages. And I started to read one. And at the very end of it, it says, love doesn't die, people do. And when all that's left of me is love, give me away. And it felt like it was no longer pages words on the page, but it was Nanny coming through. It was this feeling of all that burden of wanting to tell her and wanting her to be here. She was. That love she had for me was getting me through and was transforming my life. And now it was time to give that back, to see the kids around me and give into their lives, to love my family the way she loved her family. And finding that made me realize how lost I was without her. And it wasn't until finding that meaning that I really felt like she had been here all along. Thank you.